Sorry about that. Okay, welcome back to anyone who's coming back, and welcome to my channel if it's your first time. I would like to thank some people who helped me out and give support to me, even though I've not met those people. And I would also like to thank anyone who passes by and sees my content. I would like to thank all my guardian angels. I would like to thank my spirit guides. I would like to thank my ancestors and all guardian beings who helped me on my spiritual journey. Now, there's some people whom I would really like to say that I really appreciate them. Even though I've not met them physically in any way, I've not met them even online, but energetically they really do support me, and they don't know how much it means to me, and I would really like them to know that I really appreciate what they're doing for me. And I would also like to give thanks to those who help me in guidance in spots where I feel stuck and stagnant, and for those who also give me clarity where it's sometimes blurred. So I really would like everyone to know that I really appreciate each and every one of you, whether you like me or whether you don't like me. I still appreciate each and every one of you. And without any ado, there is a divine masculine who is lingering around a divine feminine. It's not like they're together. They used to be somewhat like friends, but later on their paths had to separate and they went both their own ways. But the divine masculine still lingers around the divine feminine wherever she goes, whatever she's doing. I suppose he's realizing the mistakes that he had made before, and he's trying to make amends for it. And by trying to make amends for it, he's trying to be of service to the divine feminine in a way, without really trying to show it out and making it obvious. And at the same time, how does somebody try to change the perception of somebody else over something which is already known? And the divine masculine is trying to make the divine feminine forget the mistakes that he had made before, or the things which the divine feminine had already been shown by the Most High, because he's sort of tampering with her energy, and she's not aware of this in a way. But at the same time, by doing that, he's trying to change her perception about him so that she would accept him when he comes forward. The thing is, if something had been shown before and a result had happened according to what had happened, it means the truth will still come out in the future. So just imagine they have come together again and she has forgotten. It's like she has forgotten what that particular thing was, and then in the future it opens out again. She's reminded of it, or definitely, the masculine is definitely to do something which will remind the divine feminine of the past mistake. And what will happen then? What will happen then? Because it will be really some kind of chaos then. Because if she's a divine feminine, she had walked away because of that particular kind of a reason, it means it will be a problem in the future unless they sit down and talk it over, unless they put everything on the table and exhaust out everything, every little detail about it, and they come to an agreement about it. But if they don't come to an agreement about it and each one of them is like, no, I don't want this, and the other one is like, no, I want this, that will not work out. They need to sit down and talk about it. They need to sit down and exhaust all kinds of alternatives considering that issue. And they need to forgive each other. Otherwise, they will keep repeating the same mistakes. The divine feminine has to forgive the divine masculine for what he has done in order to be able to move forward. Otherwise, if she doesn't forgive him, she will keep carrying that baggage with her to the next relationship which she will be moving into, and that will be problems for her. Because even if she meets a good match towards to herself, if she's still carrying baggage from the past issues, that baggage is surely to come up and make a problem in the relationship, the new relationship that she will be in. So she needs to solve this one out first. She needs to talk it out properly with the divine masculine, and they come to an agreement about exactly what they need to do about that issue. And they have to forgive each other over it. She has to forgive the divine masculine over it. She has to forgive herself for whatever pain or any kind of emotion that issue had put her into. And the divine masculine has to forgive himself for having done that thing. He has to forgive himself for being the person who betrayed the divine feminine when that thing happened. At the same time, he has to realize and acknowledge what the kind of effect that it had put on the divine feminine. Okay, maybe he's acknowledging that it really hurt her, but at the same time, he has to acknowledge that that happened, and that is the reason why the divine feminine walked away. Sorry. So with all this, they really need to exhaust out everything that they have gone through, and they have to release all those emotions that they had accumulated over that. Release all the negative emotions. Otherwise, moving on to the next level, to any kind of relationship, whether it's with themselves or with somebody else, it will cause a lot of problems. And it's not a good thing for the divine masculine trying to manipulate the energy of the divine feminine in order to change her perception about how she's going to view the divine masculine, because that is just another way of being a narcissist. Manipulation is a game that is played mostly by narcissists. And if there is such kind of a thing of being like a narcissistic kind of a toxic behavior in any kind of a relationship, that relationship is doomed to just fall. No matter how many years it takes, it is doomed to just fall, and the parties won't be happy. because it will be just a one-way kind of a relationship where only one person gives and the other one wants to take and take and take, and that's not working in a good relationship. For a relationship to be good, both parties have to give and take. It has to be equal for a relationship to be really good and for it to last long. But if it's only one-sided, it's doomed to just fall. It will crumble and it won't work out in any way. Anyway, so this is the case. He might be delusional with the thought that this will work out and she will accept him for how he is. But at the same time, there is the truth that the Divine Feminine, has she walked away from that situation because of that kind of a reason, she already put out boundaries, saying that she will not keep up with such kind of things. And if the Divine Masculine is using that kind of a thing just to go on in his life, he needs to sacrifice that. He needs to leave that, whatever he's doing, which is toxic in any way. It might be of help in some way for himself or for some individuals, I don't know. But at the same time, if it's toxic in any way, and that is the reason why the Divine Feminine walked away from him, then he has to sacrifice that and leave that thing altogether. And he has to work on himself, because doing anything which is toxic is definitely going to spoil a relationship, whatever kind of level you are. Any toxic kind of thing. And it needs to be worked on for everything to just flow in a good way. So the Divine Feminine, as it is, she already put out boundaries, and she's not even thinking about going back. But of course, once in a while, she gets those vibes of the Divine Masculine trying to change her perception. She sees what is happening. But of course, because of the energy manipulation, she's not totally aware. But when she comes to be of awareness in any way, that will be just the end. Unless it's talked out and they both agree and they come to a middle point where they will agree on something. But no foundation is good with deception. Trying to deceive the other one and manipulating will not help in any kind of relationship. And this will it's just doomed to crumble, and it will not work out in any way. And parties need to be aware of what they're doing and what they should do and what they shouldn't do. Otherwise, they will just spoil even the little good thing which they have. Deception is not something which is light. It is something very, very serious and needs to be taken care of before two parties come together and decide they want to share their lives with each other. And so this had come from a vision I was being shown, whereby the Divine Masculine is wounded, because of his doings, and he's aware of his mistakes, but at the same time he's trying to be of service to the Divine Feminine in a way to try and make her happy by thinking that if he provides her needs, everything will be okay. But that's not the only thing that is needed in a foundation in a relationship. Both emotional and physical needs are needed in any kind of relationship, even with your cat or dog or bird or anything. Both ways, emotional and physical needs are needed to make it, and they should be provided in a good way, not in a deceptive way. And that's it. That's what I'm guided to give out. And I hope everyone is having a good day. Take care and God bless.